My name is Chelsea Dalbero. I'm the ministry coordinator at the Lebanon campus of LCBC. Officially, I've been on staff for 2 years. And me and my siblings are all really close in age, so there's 4 of us within 5 years. Growing up, my family was always a little crazy, but it was always a lot of fun. And now they're some of my very best friends. I really struggled with being paralyzed by fear. Like, I was really afraid of failure growing up because everyone was great at everything. So if I wasn't, that made me feel terrible about myself. And so I worked really hard and I graduated a year early. And then I went off to New York City for college. And so I went to the New York Conservatory for Dramatic Arts to study film and television acting because I wanted to be an actress and famous. And I thought that that would make me good enough, you know? I stayed in New York City for a couple years, got to live out there, which experienced some great things, some really hard things. It taught me a lot about life. Then I moved back to Pennsylvania in 2012, and that's when I met my husband, Adam. Life was perfect. I finally had a family of my own and an amazing stepdaughter that I fell head over heels for both of them, and things were great, and I finally felt like I had the acceptance from my family and the approval, and just things were awesome, and I didn't know how they could ever get any better because I had everything I wanted until that stopped and until life got real again, and things just started to get worse, and Adam, my husband's mental illness just started to get worse. He had been in the military and fought for our country and had been abused as a child in different ways, and so he struggled with PTSD and things like that, and it just started to get a lot worse. It was March 1st, 2016, when he lost his fight, and I did everything that I physically could to stop him. I even had my hand on the barrel of the gun trying to get it away from him. And I begged him and I pleaded with him to stay. And unfortunately, he pulled the trigger. And I watched my husband die. And everything in me broke. And the bullet that left his body hit me in the hand. I was mentally broken. I was emotionally and spiritually, every way I was just shattered. I didn't know how I could get through it, and I didn't see any light at the end of the tunnel. I questioned God, and I didn't understand how this could be happening to me when I've just tried so hard to do the right thing. I felt tainted, like I have baggage now, and so there's no way that I could be in a relationship again, or loved again, or used again, because I've just been through too much. And so I felt like that I had almost like a scarlet letter on me of, no, she's broken, she's damaged. I felt I couldn't eat or sleep or bathe myself. I was literally broken. I was a mess. In those moments, I didn't feel like I could get through the next day, let alone have a successful life in the future. I was so overcome by everything that I was experiencing and everything that I was going through. I didn't see how I could get past this moment. I had to get to a point where my mom actually set me down and she's like, Chelsea, you have to stop and you have to make a choice. You can either continue to believe what your feelings and emotions are saying, and you can live this miserable life, and the path that you're down is just gonna lead to destruction. She's like, or you can believe what God says is true, and regardless of what you feel, but you gotta make the choice. As I was processing, I was like, you know what? She's right. I've got to choose, and I can't choose death. I can't choose a life that's gonna be bound to misery because I can't handle the feelings that I have right now. I don't want them for life. So I chose to believe what God says was true, even though I didn't feel it, I didn't see it, I couldn't understand it, because I was in the middle of it. He loves me, he has not forsaken me, he will not abandon me, and I just kept repeating those things to myself when I didn't feel it, and I had the support and prayer and the church family surrounding me and all of that, and that really helped me move forward beyond my pain, and it helped me heal through it. And I got unstuck, and I started to believe what God said was true. And I was like, you know what? He can redeem it. And then I kept looking for him in different situations, and I found him in them, and because I could see it. It's not only just a feeling that he gave me, but I watched him pan things out for me for my good. Although I never would have imagined I would go through something like this or survive it, but he has been faithful through it all, and he has called me into things that I never would have been able to guess or experience or to hope for, because he's just done it for me, and he's made me new.